It's Friday, July 10th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, prices at the pumps. Maritimers will be shelling out more for gas and diesel as of today. We'll share who saw the biggest increase. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And Seasons of Love. We head over to the Neptune Theater for a preview of the new production of Rent. That is in our 7 o'clock hour.
And up and away. The Atlantic Kite Festival is soaring our way this weekend. We'll get all the high-flying details, all that and so much more just ahead on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Come on in and join us on this Friday edition of the show. So glad you're here. Brianne Foley with us for one more day.
One more day.
And lovely having you here this week, Brianne.
It's been fun to be here. I love the morning show. Love waking up with you ladies. It's always a vibe.
Same. So much fun.
So happy you're with us today on this Friday. Already the 10th of July. So yeah, CTV Your Morning Atlantic. It's the 10th of July. We're into the double digits of the month, if you can believe it.
Wild.
So it's serious business now.
It is serious business now. We're almost at the 15th, and then it just keeps rolling.
It's really, it's make sure that you harness, do the best you can to make the most of the season. Get outside if you can. I just looked at the possibility of a tiki boat tour in the Halifax Harbor.
Because
ladies.
it's National Pina Colada Day.
Exactly.
It is.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be fun? Even just knowing it's possible gives me a little lift on this Friday morning. All right, it's almost 6:02. Where are we at weather-wise today?
Well, it's muggy this morning.
Yeah, I feel it.
We're feeling that humidity in place as of right now. Temperatures are going to cool down just a bit for our daytime highs. Remaining above seasonal for much, though, but we do have some shower activity moving in across the region, a bit steady for parts of Atlantic Canada. So just be prepared for that. Make sure to have your rain gear handy when you're heading out early in the morning. We are going to see that precipitation start a little bit later this morning for New Brunswick first, making its way across all three maritime provinces. Newfoundland, Labrador also going to see some wet weather.
Okay, watering the plants.
Yeah, exactly.
Watering the plants.
It is welcomed. As of right now, 20 degrees already in Charlottetown, so definitely a hot start to the day, as well as into Halifax. Currently 20 degrees. 16 in Sydney, and 19 right now in Fredericton. 12 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, and 13 into St. John's, Newfoundland. An air quality warning remains in place for Western Labrador until tonight. So here's a look at that system currently tracking across parts of the Maritime region. Starting off in New Brunswick, some steady shower activity early on with the risk of thunderstorms will taper off to a chance of showers. Now, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia also seeing a chance of showers today, a risk of thunderstorms as well. A low chance of showers also remains for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador into this afternoon. In terms of the wind forecast, going to remain quite light today. As of right now, nothing above 15 kilometers per hour in Grand Manan, 13 into Yarmouth with 11 in Moncton. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. Something drivers don't necessarily want to hear today. Gas prices across the Maritimes have increased this morning, and drivers will be paying more at the pumps. In Nova Scotia's Zone 1, gas increased by 6.4 cents. The minimum price now $1.83.1 a liter. Meantime, the price of diesel jumped 9.1 cents. The new minimum price is 2.04 cents a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 3.2 cents. The maximum price now $1.83.1. And diesel also increased by 3.3 cents rather. The maximum price now at 209.7 a liter. In Prince Edward Island, gas increased by 4.6 cents. The new minimum price now $1.87.3 a liter. And diesel increased by 5.8 cents. The new minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. People who live near the road where two paramedics and a patient were killed this week say they've expressed concerns about it. The three were killed in an ambulance during a collision with a transport truck Tuesday morning. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Flowers lie next to a scorched patch of highway where 3 people were killed earlier this week. 2 PEI paramedics and their patient died after an ambulance collided with a transport truck in the community of Melrose Tuesday morning. People in nearby Port Elgin are still feeling the pain.
I think everybody is still trying to process everything that's gone on. It can't help. You can't help but be impacted by what happened.
The mayor of Strait Shores calls Route 16 scary, and she would like to see the province step in and step up to make improvements.
It is a terrible road. It needs more police presence. I think we need to ensure that people feel that they're safe on that road.
This distillery is just a few kilometers from where the crash took place.
I mean, anytime somebody gets killed on the highway is a tragedy for anybody. But this particular piece of road has a lot of accidents.
So, yeah, as far as if the highway's safe or not, I believe it is safe. It's highly congested during the tourist season, and there's a lot of traffic here.
Port Elgin's fire chief politely declined an interview today, saying the cause of the crash is under investigation by the RCMP. He did, however, say how proud he was of the men and women of his department who responded to Tuesday's crash in what was an incredibly difficult situation.
I hold them all in my thoughts and prayers because they have to navigate everything that they've seen and went through this week.
Over 100 paramedics in New Brunswick have agreed to volunteer, if required, to fill in for their island counterparts who are coping with the devastating loss of their colleagues. Derek Haggett, CTV News, near Port Elgin, New Brunswick.
The Nova Scotia-based IWK Hospital Foundation is expressing sorrow over the death of paramedic Mike McKenzie in the accident. In a statement released Thursday, the foundation said Mike was one of our incredibly dedicated volunteers from Prince Edward Island. Although officially retiring from his role in 2020, his commitment to the IWK and maritime patients and families remains steadfast. Mike was a bright light in this world. He was kind, he was funny, he was always cheerful, always positive, and ever passionate about improving health care for children in his community. Our thoughts are with Mike's family, the families of the other individuals involved, and the PEI first responders community as they navigate this tragic and heartbreaking loss. A sizable police presence in a couple of Dartmouth neighborhoods Thursday evening. HRP asked people to avoid the area around Green Village Lane as officers conducted what was called an ongoing investigation while providing no details on what or who they were looking for. The force acknowledged a large police presence in the area. No details released on another apparent police operation in the Alborough Lake Road area Thursday evening, but witnesses and passers-by reported another large police presence, including some specialized heavy equipment. And an apparent water rescue on George's Island was sparking some interest on the Halifax waterfront last night. Online reports say the call came in just after 8 p.m. of 3 kayakers stuck near the island. Fireboat 1 and the Joint Rescue Coordination Center were among those responding on a warm and calm night in the city. A very unsettling story from the Lake George area of New Brunswick. RCMP are investigating the alleged attempted abduction of a 10-year-old girl. Police say the victim was approached by 3 men in an older model white van. One opened a sliding door and tried to convince the girl to get in, but she got away safely. The vehicle reportedly had Nova Scotia plates with the last 2 digits believed to be 28. Suspects described as white English-speaking men with black balaclavas and dark-colored T-shirts. One had a skull tattoo on the inner part of his right forearm. Anyone with information is urged to contact New Brunswick RCMP or Crime Stoppers. It was a beautiful night for the beautiful game Thursday evening in Halifax. The Halifax Wanderers hosted Major League Soccer's Toronto FC in a friendly Thursday evening in downtown Halifax. Toronto came to the match preparing for their return to action, having not played since May 23rd due to a break for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For the Wanderers, it provides an additional match during a 13-day gap between games. And this is the second time Toronto FC has visited Halifax.
So can you explain to me what's the difference between a friendly and regular competition?
So they're not in the same league.
Oh.
So the Toronto FC are in MLS,
Yep.
which is the major soccer league that's between Canada and the United States.
Yes.
The league that the great Messi plays in.
Okay.
So Toronto FC is in that league, and then the Wanderers are in the CPL, the Canadian Premier League. So they're different leagues. So sometimes they play each other in what's called the TELUS Cup, and that's like a Canadian-wide competition. Best in MLS, best in CPL, play against each other, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so it's a friendly because there's no implications for either because they're not in the same league.
Thank you. There's
awesome.
There's
Good
it
to
right
know.
up. Good to know. Okay, well, here's a little bit of interesting news. They would have to have had taken a flight to get here in Toronto. Air Canada has named its next chief executive, the Dutch head of Scandinavian Airlines.
It is an honor to have been chosen to lead this major carrier.
So Anko van der Werf will become president and CEO of Air Canada early next year. His predecessor, Michael Rousseau, retires at the end of August. Rousseau was widely criticized for his English-only message after the deadly LaGuardia airport collision between an Air Canada plane and a fire truck. The airline says van der Werf is able to communicate in French, which was part of the search criteria.
Good to know.
Good to know. And back to soccer. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is obviously in full swing. CTV, TSN, and Crave, where you can catch all the matches. That means sometimes our CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 will be moved from CTV to this station, CTV2. Tonight is one of those nights, but to get all the details, you can go to that QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca.
And congratulations to France for beating Morocco out yesterday and advancing for their third straight semifinals.
Wow.
Semifinals already. Woo. We're getting to business. Yes.
My guy Mbappe opened the scoring for France. Love to see it.
I love to see your enthusiasm too. This is awesome.
Oh man, it's going to be great. Whoever goes on to the next round, because these are the top teams in the world, obviously.
On the globe.
On the globe. But we are going to take a quick water break here on CTV Your Morning Atlantic. A look at your national and international headlines is coming up after the break, and also Latavia will have our first full look at the weekend forecast. Here is a live look at Moncton this morning. A little wet, a little wet. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Happy Friday, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 6:14. We're taking a live look at a foggy, wet start to the day in Parsboro. Currently 15 degrees starting off your day. We are expecting showers, a risk of thunderstorms to continue throughout the morning, tapering off to a chance of showers. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A muggy start to the day for the Maritime region. As of right now, it is 19 degrees in Halifax, 20 into Charlottetown, 18 degrees this morning in Fredericton, with 12 degrees in Labrador City, and 13 starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to that air quality warning in effect until tonight for Western Labrador. Something to keep in mind if you are headed out in that community today. We are seeing a reduction in local air quality. Over to our forecast timeline, we are going to see a cloudier day ahead, as well as precipitation tracking across much of Atlantic Canada. Showers start off the day in New Brunswick, a risk of thunderstorms a bit heavier in its activity. For Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, showers early this morning, tapering off to a chance of showers into the afternoon. Also seeing a risk of thunderstorms today. For Newfoundland and Labrador, going to see wet weather across both those provinces into the afternoon, specifically across Labrador, starting to move into Newfoundland. And that takes us into tonight. Still going to deal with a chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms as we head towards Saturday morning. We are going to see that shower activity clear out, sunshine to start the day before a low chance of showers returns. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, we are going to see accumulation with this system. The heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters into St. John, New Brunswick, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, and the heaviest for Nova Scotia being around 10 to 20 millimeters as well. For Labrador, looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for parts of Newfoundland. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs cooling down just a bit, still remaining above seasonal for much of them, ranging from 23 to 27 degrees being the warmest into Fredericton. Showers become isolated showers a little bit later this morning, a risk of thunderstorms and light wind across the province. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 19 degrees in Surrey up to 23 in Tignish. We are going to see showers, a risk of thunderstorms throughout your day today. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 19 to 23. We are going to see some scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms throughout the day. For the rest of Nova Scotia, dealing with wet weather as well, some steadier showers, a risk of thunderstorms becoming a chance of showers for mainland Nova Scotia, clearing out for the Tri-County area, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For Labrador City, 14 degrees today with scattered showers throughout your day. 21 into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud, seeing showers arrive into the evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. Tensions continue to escalate between the United States and Iran, and Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister has weighed in. CTV's Joy Malbin has the details.
U.S. CENTCOM says it struck about 90 targets, hitting Iran's air defense systems, missile launchers, drone storage sites, hammering away at military infrastructure along the coastline, aimed at stopping Iran's attacks on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz, a violation, the president says, of the ceasefire.
We just hit them very hard, and I say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20.
Iran retaliating, releasing video it says are missiles aimed at U.S. military bases in the Gulf. Sirens blaring in Kuwait, Bahrain, and Qatar. U.S. Gulf allies being drawn back into this conflict. Jordan says it shot down missiles launched from Iran. Clearly losing patience, Donald Trump on Air Force One.
They called a little while ago. They want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem.
Canada calling Iran's attacks on civilian shipping unjustified.
The Iranian steps that it continues to take to, it appears, maintain control of the Strait of Hormuz are unacceptable.
As massive crowds continue to mourn Iran's slain supreme leader, many making their feelings known. So will U.S. bombs bring Iran back to the negotiating table?
We're now focused on reopening something that was open. So what this war has produced is an emboldened, risk-ready Iran, which may well overplay its hand.
It's uncertain where things stand. Negotiations for a final deal dealing with thorny nuclear issues were supposed to start today. Joy Malbin, CTV News, Washington.
And that's where we pick it up. The U.S. and Iran are continuing those discussions to negotiate what happens to Iran's nuclear supply. ABC's Karen Waugh is in Washington with the details.
This morning, the U.S. and Iran are continuing technical talks on nuclear issues. It's been a tense week. Both countries trading strikes and strong language over the past 2 days.
They're scum. They're sick people.
Iran's foreign minister responding in a social media post saying, quote, "We do not answer vulgarity with vulgarity, but with action, fearlessly and with great valor." Even as the two countries argue, a U.S. official tells ABC News the United States is still committed to finding a resolution, and technical talks continue. Iran can never possess a nuclear weapon. It was just last month that President Trump signed a 60-day ceasefire with Iran. Less than 3 weeks in, the U.S. claims Iran broke the deal when it attacked ships in the Strait of Hormuz. That led to 2 nights of bombing between the two countries. Now Iran is also tightening its grip on the Strait of Hormuz, causing the cost of oil to rise.
That's their biggest leverage. They have used the Strait of Hormuz, I think, very well from their perspective. 21% of the world's energy supply, 30% of the material we need to produce food comes through there, and they have shown that they can close it.
Here at home, gas prices, which had started to fall during the ceasefire, are now going back up to $3.85 a gallon, but still well below the highest point during the war. Karen Waugh, ABC News, Washington.
Time now for a quick break, and when we return, your must-see moments from our colleagues at TSN. Stay with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's almost 6:25 and time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello, everyone. Matt Scooby inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. For it, let's head to Miami. The Marlins hosting the Mariners. Early in this one, Josh Naylor going to take off, steals second base easily without a throw. But the Canadian, not done there. Going to catch the Marlins napping. Tries to take third quickly. The pitcher throws over, but it's a disaster. Naylor going to go all the way from first to home. Only took him one pitch to do so. Just like Little League, that cutting base running from Naylor, earning your must-see moment. And tonight on TSN, the Blue Bombers headline Friday Night Football against the Argos. Zach Collaros is injured, so Drew Brown will get the start. Our coverage begins at 7 Central. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
And on the markets, the Dow ended the day up 139 points. Canadian retailer Aritzia reported earnings today. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more on that.
It was yet another blowout quarter for the clothing company. Aritzia reported first quarter revenue of $950 million. That's a 43% increase year over year. Sales were up 25% in Canada, but 55% up in the U.S. The company is also doing well online. Aritzia expects sales to hit at least $4.5 billion this year. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 70.56. West Texas Intermediate down over $2 to 71.88. Western Canadian Select up over $2 to 58.10, and the TSX gained 264 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our weekend forecast for New Brunswick today, a high of 25. We do have isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the province. 26 degrees on Saturday, sunny skies with isolated showers expected to return into the afternoon, and a high of 28 on Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today. Steady showers will transition over to a chance of showers into the afternoon, clearing out for the southern region of the province, leaving sunshine. On Saturday, 26 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. A low chance of showers will return, and a high of 25 on Sunday. Sunshine yet again across the province. Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms. 23 on Saturday. Looking at some isolated showers expected to return. 23 on Sunday with sunny skies across the island.
Coming up this morning, the Move Morning Chat. Today is National Pina Colada Day, so we want to know what's your favorite summer drink. That conversation coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning, Atlantic Canada. 6:31, 7:01 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And do you like pina coladas? And getting caught in the rain.
It's the perfect day for that.
See?
Yeah.
Drinking pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. That's what we're looking at today?
Absolutely, yes.
Sounds magical.
It's quite muggy, too, which you're feeling outside.
Very tropical?
Yeah, it's feeling very tropical.
No, we just need a couple palm trees.
Right?
Exactly.
Win-win.
Or go to Lunenburg.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there.
It's always sunny in Lunenburg.
Right? It's beautiful this morning, and already 18 degrees in your area. A bit of sunshine in early this morning. We are expecting showers and a risk of thunderstorms, so something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. We are seeing precipitation track across parts of the region. As I mentioned, hot and muggy to start your day for parts of Atlantic Canada. As of right now, 19 degrees in Halifax, 20 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 19 in Moncton, with 18 degrees in Fredericton, 15 degrees right now in Cartwright, and 16 in Gander. Holding on to that air quality warning until tonight for Western Labrador. Over to our satellite radar, you can see here showers, a risk of thunderstorms expected to move in for all 3 maritime provinces. Going to be a bit lighter into the afternoon, tapering off to a chance of showers. Newfoundland and Labrador also going to see some wet weather move in into the afternoon. And in terms of our wind forecast, remaining light across the Maritimes. As of right now, 15 kilometers per hour in Yarmouth, with 11 in Miramichi and Halifax. No wind gusts to report. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. And weekend travelers aren't going to want to hear this. Gas prices across the Maritimes have increased this morning, and drivers will be paying more at the pumps. The most increase in Nova Scotia. In Nova Scotia's Zone 1, gas increased by 6.4 cents. The minimum price now $1.83.1 a liter. Meantime, the price of diesel jumped 9.1 cents. The new minimum price is 2.04 cents a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 3.2 cents. The maximum price now $1.83.1. And diesel increased by 3.3 cents. The maximum price now at 209.7 a liter. Over on Prince Edward Island, gas increased by 4.6 cents. The minimum price now $1.87.3 a liter. And diesel increased by 5.8 cents. The new minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. People who live near the road where 2 paramedics and a patient were killed this week say they've long expressed concerns about it. The 3 were killed in an ambulance during a collision with a transport truck Tuesday morning. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Flowers lie next to a scorched patch of highway where 3 people were killed earlier this week. 2 PEI paramedics and their patient died after an ambulance collided with a transport truck in the community of Melrose Tuesday morning. People in nearby Port Elgin are still feeling the pain.
I think everybody is still trying to process everything that's gone on. It can't help. You can't help but be impacted by what happened.
The mayor of Strait Shores calls Route 16 scary, and she would like to see the province step in and step up to make improvements.
It is a terrible road. It needs more police presence. I think we need to ensure that people feel that they're safe on that road.
This distillery is just a few kilometers from where the crash took place.
I mean, anytime somebody gets killed on the highway is a tragedy for anybody. But this particular piece of road has a lot of accidents.
So yeah, as far as if the highway's safe or not, I believe it is safe. It's highly congested during the tourist season, and there's a lot of traffic here.
Port Elgin's fire chief politely declined an interview today, saying the cause of the crash is under investigation by the RCMP. He did, however, say how proud he was of the men and women of his department who responded to Tuesday's crash in what was an incredibly difficult situation.
I hold them all in my thoughts and prayers because they have to navigate everything that they've seen and went through this week.
Over 100 paramedics in New Brunswick have agreed to volunteer, if required, to fill in for their island counterparts who are coping with the devastating loss of their colleagues. Derek Haggett, CTV News, near Port Elgin, New Brunswick.
And the Nova Scotia-based IWK Hospital Foundation is expressing its sorrow over the death of paramedic Mike McKenzie in the accident. In a statement released Thursday, the foundation said Mike was one of our incredibly dedicated volunteers from Prince Edward Island. Although officially retiring from the role in 2020, his commitment to the IWK and maritime patients and families remained steadfast. Mike was a bright light in this world. He was kind, he was funny, he was always cheerful, always positive, and ever passionate about improving health care for children in his community. Our thoughts are with Mike's family, the families of the other individuals involved, and the PEI first responder community as they navigate this tragic and heartbreaking loss. Nova Scotia RCMP say a man suffered an apparent gunshot wound after an incident Thursday morning near Chelsea in Nova Scotia's Lunenburg County. You'll recall Wednesday night, police issued an emergency alert about a dangerous man with a weapon, advising residents to lock their doors. The alert was lifted about 3 hours later. Police say they located a suspect on Highway 210 around 9 a.m. Thursday morning, and an officer fired his weapon. The man was injured, and officers provided first aid. There's no word on the extent of the man's injuries. No one else was hurt. The Serious Incident Response Team is now leading the investigation. And a sizable police presence in a couple of Dartmouth neighborhoods Thursday evening. HRP asked people to avoid the area around Green Village Lane as officers conducted what was called an ongoing investigation. While providing no details on what or who they were looking for, the force acknowledged a large police presence in the area. No details released on another apparent police operation in the Alborough Lake Road area Thursday evening, but witnesses and passersby reported another large police presence, including some specialized heavy equipment. And an apparent water rescue on George's Island was sparking some interest on the Halifax waterfront last night. Online reports say the call came in just after 8 p.m. of 3 kayakers stuck near the island. Fireboat 1 and the Joint Rescue Coordination Center were among those responding on a warm and calm night in the city. A very unsettling story from the Lake George area of New Brunswick. RCMP are investigating the alleged attempt abduction of a 10-year-old girl. Police say the victim was approached by 3 men in an older model white van. One opened the sliding door and tried to convince the girl to get in, but she got away safely. The vehicle reportedly had Nova Scotia license plates with the last 2 digits believed to be 28. Suspects described as white English-speaking men with black balaclavas and dark-colored T-shirts. One had a skull tattoo on the inner part of his right forearm. Anyone with information is urged to contact New Brunswick RCMP or Crime Stoppers. And finally, a proposed whale sanctuary along Nova Scotia's eastern shore has received some notable support. The Assembly of Nova Scotia Mi'kmaq Chiefs has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Whale Sanctuary Project, pledging to work together on educational outreach and research. The U.S.-based group plans to build a 40-hectare floating net enclosure on Nova Scotia's eastern shore as a refuge for captive whales. The group held a groundbreaking ceremony last month.
Incredible.
To see that that's moving along.
Yeah.
All right.
Safety for the whales.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. Okay, let's talk about the heat. Okay, Europe is sweltering. You've had a lot on that. So people on one island in Croatia have resorted to their old ways to try to beat the heat. Let's take a trip there, shall we? This is a little Friday adventure. This Adriatic island called Rob is built for people to find shade with narrow, winding streets, beaches nearby. Locals structure their entire days around the position of the sun so that they do the most strenuous tasks in the morning and evening and chill out during the calmest day. As you can see, they got something good going there. These are those narrow streets. Yeah, so basically, the whole point of this was just to show these images of this wonderful Adriatic island and take a little vacation there today.
I love it. Also, getting some gelato.
Oh my goodness, that'd be epic.
Best way to cool down is with a cool treat.
And they have lots of chances to do that in our region, too.
Absolutely. And today is National Pina Colada Day, so, you know, if you like an icy drink.
Yes, or pina colada flavored gelato. I bet that that's available.
Oh, yes.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yes, you probably are onto something there. I think maybe. Of course, still had your entertainment headlines, but next, the Move Morning Chat, and that is where we pick it up. Today, we want to know, what's your favorite summer drink on this National Pina Colada Day? Stay with us.
Feeling quite sticky and muggy this morning in Halifax. Welcome back and happy Friday. The time now is 6:43. Currently 19 degrees in your area, so temperature is already on the rise. It's going to be a warmer day ahead for much of the region, cooling down for others. So we are currently starting off at 20 degrees in Charlottetown with 18 into Fredericton, 12 degrees early this morning in Labrador City, 13 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are holding on to that air quality warning for parts of western Labrador until later tonight. Something to keep in mind if you are headed out in that community today, as we are seeing a reduction in local air quality. Over to our forecast timeline. A cloudy and foggy start to the day for much of Atlantic Canada. We are going to see sunshine for parts of Newfoundland. Other than that, though, for the most part, starting off a bit wet. Early this morning, we're looking at showers. A risk of thunderstorms will taper off to a chance of showers for parts of the Maritime region. Into Labrador, we are going to see shower activity move in across the province as well. And then parts of Newfoundland will see shower activity into later this evening. And taking us into early Saturday morning, this precipitation, it is quite low and spotting its activity overnight. It's going to clear out into Saturday morning, leaving sunshine in our area yet again. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, 5 to 10 millimeters across Prince Edward Island today, around 10 to 20 at its heaviest for parts of eastern Nova Scotia and into parts of southern Nova Scotia. And then for southern New Brunswick, looking at around 10 to 20 millimeters as well. Only seeing around 2 to 10 millimeters across parts of Labrador. For Newfoundland, seeing 2 to 5 millimeters. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 23 to 27, being the warmest into Fredericton. Starting off with shower activity, a risk of thunderstorms tapering off to some isolated showers. And then for Prince Edward Island, going to see shower activity and a risk of thunderstorms throughout your day today. Daytime highs will range from 19 degrees in Surrey up to 23 in Tignish. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 19 degrees in Canso up to 23 in Antigonish and Truro. We are going to see scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms today. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a few showers early in the morning, a risk of thunderstorms tapering off to a chance of showers for mainland Nova Scotia. And then for the Tri-County area, looking at a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. Highs ranging from 21 to 26. For Labrador City, 14 degrees today with scattered showers expected throughout your day. 21 into St. John's, Newfoundland, seeing sunshine today, but showers arrive into the evening. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Time now for the Friday edition of the Move Morning Chat. This morning, it's actually National Pina Coladas Day.
If you like pina coladas.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely.
We do.
Hands up. Well, we are asking the question to you, our viewers. What is your favorite summertime drink? Is it a mocktail, a cocktail? Aaron, Peter, tell us what it is.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, the nice weather that hopefully everyone's been having kind of inspires this, but you're not really having a pina colada all the time during the summer, right? So, I don't know, my favorite summer beverage for a treat would be an Aperol Spritz. I love an Aperol Spritz because I don't like anything sweet. If it's sweet, I'm not down for it. Aperol it's so bitter, and then you top it with that Prosecco and that club soda, and I just find it like the most refreshing. It's citrusy without the sugariness. It's so good. So that's mine, Aperol Spritz.
Well done, Aaron. That's a good choice. I'm not judging anybody's choices. I feel like based on what I've already said this week, I should just come out and say wine.
Yeah, what the heck?
Third day in a row.
Third day in a row, Peter.
That's not really the truth. Honestly, I'm going to switch over today and say that my summertime beverage of choice is beer. Now, I have different seasons, different beers. So I will certainly lighten up during the summertime, and I may have a cerveza, that style of beer, or a blonde ale or something like that, where I would, in the every like other 6, 8, 9 months of the year, it's going to be an IPA or a double IPA. So beer.
He's really picky with his beer. I'm just saying he's extremely picky.
A little cerveza. I like it. I like it. Aperol Spritz is probably my #1 in the summer. Not going to lie. Right there with you, Aaron. But I do also love me. I'm going to go on Peter's trend and go with a red sangria. I am a red sangria girl in the summer. Hot patio. You just, you know, vibes are vibing. I'm all about a red sangria. I do like some rosé, but it gives you a terrible hangover. So I just go the other side into sangria.
That's fair. I'm going to agree with all of you, but my answer is Aperol Spritz as well. I discovered this maybe 3 years ago. It started really trending, and when I went back home to Toronto, I wanted to try one, and I love them.
Yeah, as a bartender, that was my favorite thing to make back when I bartended because it's so easy, but it's also so delicious.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, definitely spritzing it up. But of course, we want to ask you, our viewer, what is your favorite summer drink? Send us a text to 10400. And if you have never texted us, choose that Atlantic option.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
The new Rolling Stones album is out today. Foreign Tongues is the legendary British band's 25th studio album. It features collaborations with the Beatles, Paul McCartney, and Robert Smith of The Cure.
Hi,
Hi, we're here to see John Hamm. The comedy Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass is in theaters today. The film follows a small-town woman on a journey through Hollywood to avenge her fiancé's celebrity sex fling. ABC Audio spoke to star Zoe Deutsch about playing the title character.
Whatever you're playing, whatever you're working on, it really seeps into your life and the experience that you're having with the world around you, separate from work. And it was a very joyful experience to play her and live in that level of optimism.
HBO will begin a cinematic universe with Task and Mayor of Easttown crossover. Julianne Nicholson is set to reprise her Emmy-winning role from Mayor of Easttown for the upcoming season 2 of Task. And happy birthday to Modern Family star Sofia Vergara. She turns 54 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News.
And with high heat and humidity in the forecast already this summer, many air conditioning systems are operating at full tilt with more hot days on the horizon.
CTV's Pat Foran looks into the importance of having your AC running smoothly this time of year.
It's expected to be a hot summer, and as the heat rises, you'll want to do what you can to keep cool. If your window or central air conditioner isn't as efficient as it used to be, there are a few things you should check before calling for repair. First, start with the air filter.
Well, a dirty filter is a common problem for window and central ACs. It restricts the airflow, which reduces the AC's ability to cool the room.
Window units typically have a reusable filter you can vacuum and wash with soap and water. For central ACs, check the manual to see how often the filter should be replaced.
You'll most likely need to replace your filters more often if you have pets, because their hair can clog up the filters faster.
A ceiling fan can help cool you down even if you don't have air conditioning, or even if you do. Ceiling fans don't actually lower the temperature in a room, but cool you off by moving air around.
We have the ceiling fans on all day long.
When used with an air conditioner, you can raise the temperature about 2 degrees Celsius and feel just as cool. And consider using a smart or programmable thermostat.
Using a programmable thermostat is really the most effective way to save money.
When it's time to buy a new air conditioner, the first step is matching the AC unit to the room. One that's too small may never cool the space. One that's too large can cycle on and off too quickly, leaving the room humid while also wasting energy. If you're tired of installing and removing window units every year, there is another, more expensive option, a ductless mini-split. These systems have an outdoor unit and one or more indoor wall-mounted units.
Mini splits are a good option if you lack the ductwork for central air conditioning. Mini splits can cool large spaces. They're very efficient too, sometimes more than central AC. As a bonus, they can also heat rooms.
On a hot day, draw the shades in your home to keep direct sunlight out. And if you can't cool down your entire home, consider a window air conditioner where you sleep, so you'll at least have one room where you can beat the heat. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Taking a look at our forecast for New Brunswick, 25 degrees today, some steady showers, a risk of thunderstorms taper off to isolated showers, clear into the late afternoon. For Saturday, we're looking at 26 degrees, sunny start to your day, a low chance of showers returns into the afternoon. Sunday, warming up to 28. For Nova Scotia today, showers will taper off to a chance of showers into the afternoon, clearing for the southern region with a high of 24. 26 degrees on Saturday, starting off with a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers return into the afternoon, and a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday with a high of 25. Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today with showers and a risk of thunderstorms. 23 on Saturday with isolated showers, clearing out on Sunday with a high of 23.
It's Friday, July 10th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, prices at the pumps. Maritimers will be shelling out more for gas and diesel as of today. We'll share who saw the biggest increase. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And celebrating women in infrastructure. We'll get the details on a summit happening in our region in the coming days. That conversation will be coming up in the next half hour. This half hour, actually, of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. It's Friday. We've officially made it to the end of the work week.
Yes, here we are.
You made it.
You made it.
We made it.
I know. I said next half hour, this half hour. I guess you're the same thing.
Same.
Yeah, it's Friday. Just into my getting into the coffee now. My brain is catching up with my body on this Friday.
I think what you really need is a pina colada.
I would love. You know what? It is National Pina Colada Day.
It is.
And you could get virgin version. That would be worth
A
friendly.
mocktail.
A mocktail. A virgin Cuba Libre, which is basically Coke.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
What is this? Something you'd have at a tropical place?
Yeah, you order a rum and Coke in like Cuba or whatever, right? And you a Cuba Libre. But Sheldon from Big Bang Theory would always go to Penny and order a virgin instead of just saying Coke. So there you go. There you have it.
That's very, very fun. Very fun.
Awesome.
So, cheers to beverages in general. They are a wonderful thing.
I love lemonade in the summer.
Lemonade. Home. If you
so
make it
refreshing.
yourself. Coffee, tea.
Yeah.
It's all so good. Oh, we're at the skate park.
Yeah.
This is a neat live eye.
I know. Very cool. It is quite foggy and a muggy start to the day over in Yarmouth. 16 degrees as of right now. Temperatures will continue to rise. We will be seeing a chance of showers move in with a risk of thunderstorms into your area. So keep that in mind when you are heading out. Grab your raincoat before you do. 19 degrees in Halifax, 20 to start your day in Charlottetown, 18 degrees right now in Fredericton with 14 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 16 in Gander. Here's a look at the air quality warning in Western Labrador until tonight. Keep this in mind if you are headed out in that community today. We are going to see some steadier shower activity early in the morning for parts of the Maritime region, tapering off to a chance of showers, risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. Newfoundland and Labrador also going to see some wet weather. And then in terms of our wind forecast, going to remain quite light for all three maritime provinces today. As of right now, 15 kilometers per hour in Yarmouth, 13 in Edmonton with 11 in Miramichi and Halifax. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. Weekend travelers won't be too happy about this news story. Gas prices across the Maritimes have increased this morning, and drivers will be paying more at the pumps. The biggest increase in Nova Scotia. In Nova Scotia's Zone 1, gas increased by 6.4 cents. The minimum price now $1.83.1 a liter. Meantime, the price of diesel jumped 9.1 cents. The new minimum price is 2.04 cents a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 3.2 cents. The maximum price now $1.83.1, and diesel increased by 3.3 cents. The maximum price now at 209.7 a liter. In Prince Edward Island, gas increased by 4.6 cents. The minimum price now $1.87.3 a liter, and diesel increased by 5.8 cents. The new minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. People who live near the road where two paramedics and a patient were killed this week say they've long expressed concerns about it. The three were killed in an ambulance during a collision with a transport truck Tuesday morning. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Flowers lie next to a scorched patch of highway where 3 people were killed earlier this week. 2 PEI paramedics and their patient died after an ambulance collided with a transport truck in the community of Melrose Tuesday morning. People in nearby Port Elgin are still feeling the pain.
I think everybody is still trying to process everything that's gone on. It can't help. You can't help but be impacted by what happened.
The mayor of Strait Shores calls Route 16 scary, and she would like to see the province step in and step up to make improvements.
It is a terrible road. It needs more police presence. I think we need to ensure that people feel that they're safe on that road.
This distillery is just a few kilometers from where the crash took place.
I mean, anytime somebody gets killed on the highway is a tragedy for anybody. But this particular piece of road has a lot of accidents.
So yeah, as far as if the highway's safe or not, I believe it is safe. It's highly congested during the tourist season, and there's a lot of traffic here.
Port Elgin's fire chief politely declined an interview today, saying the cause of the crash is under investigation by the RCMP. He did, however, say how proud he was of the men and women of his department who responded to Tuesday's crash in what was an incredibly difficult situation.
I hold them all in my thoughts and prayers because they have to navigate everything that they seen and went through this week.
Over 100 paramedics in New Brunswick have agreed to volunteer, if required, to fill in for their island counterparts who are coping with the devastating loss of their colleagues. Derek Haggett, CTV News, near Port Elgin, New Brunswick.
The Nova Scotia-based IWK Hospital Foundation is expressing its sorrow over the death of paramedic Mike McKenzie in the accident. In a statement released Thursday, the foundation said Mike was one of our incredibly dedicated volunteers from Prince Edward Island. Although officially retiring from the role in 2020, his commitment to the IWK and maritime patients and families remained steadfast. Mike was a bright light in this world. He was kind, he was funny, he was always cheerful, always positive, and ever passionate about improving health care for children in his community. Our thoughts are with Mike's family, the families of other individuals involved, and PEI first responders community as they navigate this tragic and heartbreaking loss. Some good news from the labor front in New Brunswick. There were 5 fewer workplace deaths in the province last year. New data shows there were 9 workplace-related deaths in New Brunswick last year, down from 14 in 2024, and the second lowest in the country. Still, officials say it's too many.
Creating that health and safety culture where coming to work and doing things safely just becomes part of the fabric of the workplace. And that's when I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
The report also revealed traumatic psychological injury claims were down 26% year over year. More people have been hit by cars in Halifax this year than last. Just this week, an elderly person was struck on Quinpool Road. The growing number of pedestrian collisions worries police and advocates who are struggling to find ways to improve safety.
We're trending the wrong way. I think there were like 160 collisions last year. That just should not be acceptable.
From January to July in 2025, there was 55 pedestrian collisions, and from January to July in 2026, there were 74 vehicle pedestrian collisions.
Police say it's a good reminder for drivers to slow down, avoid distractions, and drive defensively. And pedestrians obviously need to be aware and follow the rules as well. A sizable police presence in a couple of Dartmouth neighborhoods Thursday evening. HRP asked people to avoid the area around Green Village Lane as officers conducted what was called an ongoing investigation. While providing no details on what or who they were looking for, the force acknowledged a large police presence in the area. No details released on another apparent police operation in the Alborough Lake Road area Thursday evening, but witnesses and passersby reported another large police presence, including some specialized heavy equipment. And an apparent water rescue on George's Island was sparking some interest on the Halifax waterfront last night. Online reports say the call came in just after 8 p.m. of 3 kayakers stuck near the island. Fireboat 1 and the Joint Rescue Coordination Center were among those responding on a warm and calm night in the city. And finally, it was a warm and calm night, and it was a beautiful night for the beautiful game in Halifax Thursday evening. The Halifax Wanderers hosted Major League Soccer's Toronto FC in a friendly Thursday evening in downtown Halifax. Toronto came to the match, preparing for their return to action, having not played since May 23rd due to the break of the FIFA World Cup. For the Wanderers, it provides an additional match during a 13-day gap between games. This is only the second time Toronto FC has been to Halifax.
Well, a chance to see a different league.
A different league, a different style of play. So, yeah. Lots of people went out. I was supposed to go to that game, and instead I went to bed.
That's a wise decision, given that you had to be here to, 3 in the morning. So, yeah. Well, soccer's popular these days. If you can't make it to the pitch in person, you can always watch the FIFA World Cup on TSN, CTV, or Crave. Certain times, though, it's going to move our CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 casts to this channel, CTV2. Tonight is one of those nights, so scan to get the details, or ctvnewsatlantic.ca for all the details on that. Yep.
All the fun details.
Oh,
big
gosh.
Games.
It's getting really good. It's just rising to a crescendo.
It is. That is exactly what it's doing. Rising to the crescendo. And next we will have Latavia rise to the crescendo for a full look at our forecast for the weekend. Of course, national and international headlines as well. But here is a look at Peggy's Cove Village.
What a postcard view.
I love this view.
It's lovely.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:13. Taking a live look at Fredericton. A wet start to the day with showers and a risk of thunderstorms early this morning. Currently 18 degrees in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A bit of a muggy start to the day for parts of the Maritime region. 20 degrees right now in Halifax as well as into Charlottetown. 16 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay. 15 to start your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do still have an air quality warning until tonight for Western Labrador, seeing a reduction in air quality due to smoke from wildfires. Over to our forecast timeline. We are seeing a few showers early in the morning. A risk of thunderstorms for parts of all three maritime provinces. We'll taper off to a chance of showers into the afternoon. Now, Labrador will be seeing a chance of showers throughout your day today, and then into this evening, we will be seeing a shower activity move into parts of Newfoundland. Still quite low and spotty in its activity. Into tonight, fog will redevelop. Showers will clear out. Into early Saturday, we will be seeing sunshine return in the forecast. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, the heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters for St. John, New Brunswick, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, and around 10 to 20 millimeters for parts of Nova Scotia. For Labrador, looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters of precipitation and 2 to 5 for parts of Newfoundland. For forecast today for New Brunswick, highs will range from 23 to 26 degrees today. Few showers early in the morning and risk of thunderstorms will taper off to isolated showers into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 19 to 22. We will be seeing shower activity throughout your day today, a risk of thunderstorms. Same thing goes for Cape Breton Island, eastern Nova Scotia, a chance of showers throughout your day today. And for the rest of Nova Scotia, we will be seeing a few showers early in the morning, a risk of thunderstorms, tapering off to a chance of isolated showers into the afternoon for mainland Nova Scotia, seeing a mix of sun and cloud late into the afternoon for the southern region. 14 degrees in Labrador City today. We are going to see a chance of showers throughout your day, with 18 into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at a mix of sun and cloud, transitioning over to evening showers. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is the Campfire Conditions Report, brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. For most of the province of New Brunswick, you are currently not allowed to have a campfire. Now, there's some exceptions. Madawaska County in the northwest, campfires are allowed between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. Likewise, for Charlotte County and Kings County, campfires allowed 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., and St. John County is open for a campfire at any time. For the province of Nova Scotia, most of the province, you're allowed to have a campfire between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. The two exceptions are the counties in the Annapolis Valley. So we've got Annapolis County and Kings County, where campfires are currently not allowed. For the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently permitted, but there is no domestic brush burning. Please be sure as well to check in on any municipal restrictions and bylaws.
Prime Minister Mark Carney's trip to Saudi Arabia has been a fruitful one. The Prime Minister's office says 13 new commercial agreements and memorandums of understanding were signed, potentially worth more than $1 billion to Canada. The visit is evidence of our government's shift on public policy. CTV's Graham Richardson explains.
A first in decades, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney meets with Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. This short trip was about connections, trade, and the similarities between two very different countries.
Canadian and Saudi businesses have signed 13 new commercial agreements across education, critical minerals and mining, energy, infrastructure, security, artificial intelligence.
In French, Carney said he raised human rights with the Crown Prince, but called it a private conversation. And he made clear this is the way he will be managing these kinds of relationships around the world.
I do see that lecturing countries from afar is an ineffective strategy. It's satisfying, but it's ineffective.
Earlier in the day, Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand said she did raise human rights with her counterpart.
I always raise Canadian values. That's what my role is. That's what our role is as a government.
Carney also addressed the unusual gift of the gun all leaders received at NATO. The engraved revolver came with live ammunition, a gift from the Turkish president.
I would like to reassure Canadians they keep guns away from me. So I never saw it. It's with the RCMP. It's been decommissioned because it's not a legal firearm in Canada. And I certainly don't have a license for it.
When asked directly about conversations at NATO with Donald Trump about the United States and trade, Carney gave unusually short and curt answers, shutting it down right away. Of the still closed Gordie Howe Bridge, he said Canada was only willing to clarify current arrangements. Graham Richardson, CTV News, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
And on that note, it's time now for a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic, 7:19. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. If you've ever driven on a public roadway or even plugged in an appliance, you have many people to thank for making those everyday tasks possible. We don't often consider the people behind the infrastructure we rely on, not to mention the role that women play in these essential parts of our lives. But that changes this week in Halifax with the inaugural Canadian Summit for Women Leaders in Infrastructure taking place July 13th and 14th at the Atlantica Hotel. The summit is designed to bring women together to talk about leading major infrastructure projects across the country with the goal of celebrating and advancing women in the sector. Here to tell us more is Sarah Kane, the Senior Confidence Producer with the Canadian Institute. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Crystal. Thanks for having me.
It's our great pleasure to shine a spotlight on this inaugural event. Here's a question that may seem silly, but for clarification, what constitutes infrastructure?
It's quite broad, I would say, within the context of this conference. We certainly wanted it to be inclusive. So it's everything from major transit projects, LRT, bus rapid routes, to building hospitals like the amazing QE2. So really, there's so much that we'll touch on. We'll have folks that are also involved in energy projects. And all of these women are coming together to talk really about some of those lessons learned coming out of those projects, how to advance them. And I think it's going to be a great 2 days.
Why is it important to bring women specifically together to talk about infrastructure?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's an important time in infrastructure in this country. We've got conversations happening at the federal level about, nation building projects and a strategy that is in play. And we also have other conversations happening about labor shortages. What we know is that women will continue to play a significant role in shaping the future of infrastructure in Canada.
I understand that.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just going to say it's a lens that matters, and it's talent and expertise that we need.
For sure, and I understand that women are actually underrepresented in this sector, so it's important to celebrate those that are in the sector and maybe even encourage others to get into the sector.
Absolutely, yeah. So underrepresented in the skilled trades as well as leadership positions across various sectors that are responsible for major projects. And, it's about 5% of on-site trade workers. That's the stat of women. So really looking to make some progress there and have some important conversations about barriers to entry and barriers to advancement.
Why was Halifax chosen as a site for this inaugural event?
Well, we love Halifax at CI. We do a number of conferences there, but I'll just touch on one. Our Forum on Healthcare Infrastructure Atlantic Canada will run the 2 days after this summit. And I bring it up because we made a lot of great connections and built some relationships there with incredible women who are working, again, on projects like the QE2. And they're part of an organization called WIN, Women's Infrastructure Network. This organization has chapters across the country, but the one in Halifax is particularly active. And when we came to them with this idea, they were just so enthusiastic and supportive. And, what they're doing really aligns with what we're trying to accomplish with this conference. And so you'll see many of the members of WIN represented on our faculty this year.
So, Sarah, where can people learn more and register for this conference?
They can head over to CanadianInstitute.com to register for the conference. Registration is still open, and we'd love to see some more women join us in the room for some great conversations.
Well, very exciting. Thank you so much for your time today. Good luck. I hope you have an excellent conference.
Thank you so much, Crystal, and thanks for the opportunity to share a little bit about it today.
Our pleasure. We're very happy to have you in our region. And the conference website is going to be put on ours for reference. We'll turn our attention now to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. Taking a look at the weekend forecast for New Brunswick. Steady showers, a risk of thunderstorms tapers off to isolated showers later this morning. Clears out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 26 degrees on Saturday. Sunshine starts off the day with increasing cloudiness. Isolated showers return into the afternoon. Warming up to 28 on Sunday with sunshine. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms clearing for the southern region, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Sunshine starts off the day on Saturday. Isolated showers expected to return into the afternoon. 25 on Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud. For Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms. Isolated showers return on Saturday with a high of 23. 23 on Sunday with sunny skies.
Coming up in this half hour, how do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee? Well, we'll find out in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Halfway through the show, everybody. Happy Friday. Into the double digits of July. Definitely feels muggy and tropical in here on this National Pina Colada Day.
National Pina Colada Day. I was going to sing that intro for you, but I didn't think the viewers actually wanted to hear.
So you've seen Rent, the musical?
Yes.
It's a classic. I've not seen it yet. I can't wait to see Neptune's production of it. It opens tonight. Then it'll run for the next few weeks. It's a big summer show, so get your tickets because these Neptune shows have been selling out.
They have been, yes.
Because they're fantastic.
They really do an incredible job, and Neptune will put its own spin, so even if you've seen Rent somewhere else, it'll be different.
It'll be slightly different, yeah. And if you've never seen a live production of Rent and you are a fan of musicals, definitely recommend.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful.
Movies don't do it justice.
No, and it's also it's a beautiful climate-controlled environment. So no matter what Mother Nature throws at you, you're guaranteed to have great
conditions. Your face will stay on. Your hair will stay nice.
Exactly. Yes. So it's 7:32. Weather-wise, I'm still not exactly sure. We're a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
That's
today.
exactly what it is. That's why you're not sure. Yeah. It is muggy in the Maritime region. Temperatures are already beginning to warm up, but we do have shower activity for parts of Atlantic Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where it's kind of, hit and miss.
And our live eyes have been telling a little different here and there as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Stunning in Lunenburg, Yarmouth.
Yeah.
So for St. John's, Newfoundland, as you see here, sunny skies to start your day, 15 degrees. We are looking at a mix of sun and cloud throughout the day today. Showers won't arrive in your area until this evening. 20 degrees to start your day in Halifax, as well as into Charlottetown, 19 in Moncton, 16 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay. We do have an air quality warning remaining in effect until tonight for Western Labrador. Here's a look at the system that's tracking across the Maritime region as of right now. A few showers to start your day, a risk of thunderstorms a bit steadier in New Brunswick right now. We will be seeing a chance of showers into the afternoon and clearing out for the southern region of Nova Scotia. Now, Newfoundland, Labrador will be seeing a bit of wet weather as well, but quite light in its activity. In terms of the Maritime region, we are going to see light wind in the forecast today. As of right now, 28 kilometers per hour into Yarmouth, 17 in North Cape, 13 in Charlottetown with 11 in Miramichi and Halifax. One wind gust at this time, getting up to 41 in Yarmouth. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. Gas prices across the Maritimes have increased this morning, and drivers will be paying more at the pumps. The biggest jump in Nova Scotia, where Zone 1 gas increased by 6.4 cents. The minimum price now $1.83.1 a liter. Meantime, the price of diesel jumped 9.1 cents. The new minimum price is 204 cents a liter. And in New Brunswick, gas increased by 3.2 cents. The maximum price now $1.83.1, and diesel increased by 3.3 cents. The maximum price now at 209.7 a liter. In Prince Edward Island, gas increased by 4.6 cents. The minimum price now $1.77.3 a liter, and diesel increased by 5.8 cents. The new minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. Nova Scotia's premier was grilled Thursday for appointing the former head of the province's health authority to a new government agency. Critics wonder why no competition was held for the lucrative position and why it was created when other programs and services have been cut. CTV's Jesse Thomas has more.
Our hope Premier Tim Houston faced a lot of questions around the appointment of Karen Oldfield as the CEO of the newly created Accelerate Nova Scotia agency. Since 2021, Oldfield has been working as the interim CEO at Nova Scotia Health and has been closely aligned with the provincial PC party since her time as chief of staff to former Premier John Hamm.
Maybe we could bring somebody else in and they could spend a year trying to figure out, well, what did you do and how did you do that and what were the challenges and what did you learn from that? Maybe. But why would we do that when we have the architect of all that right here before our very eyes?
But when pressed further by reporters, Houston wasn't exactly clear on how Accelerate Nova Scotia will operate within government and how it will be staffed.
Structural stuff, there would have been, somebody would have had some ideas on that, but...
Opposition were quick to criticize the hiring of Oldfield without an open competition.
I never heard of Accelerate Nova Scotia until last week. I think that the fact that we can't find $350,000 to keep libraries open across our province, but we can invent a new department and give essentially that salary to someone who is a close political ally of the Premier is raising eyebrows all over our province.
Houston believes Accelerate Nova Scotia and Oldfield can drive economic opportunities here, in particular through advancements in health research and innovation. Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Halifax.
Nova Scotia RCMP say a man suffered an apparent gunshot wound after an incident Thursday morning near Chelsea in Nova Scotia's Lunenburg County. You'll recall Wednesday night, police issued an emergency alert about a dangerous man with a weapon, advising residents to lock their doors. The alert was lifted about 3 hours later. Police say they located a suspect on Highway 210 around 9 a.m. Thursday morning, and officer fired his weapon. The man was injured and officers provided first aid. There's no word on the extent of the man's injuries. No one else was hurt. The serious incident response team is now leading the investigation. And a very unsettling story from the Lake George area of New Brunswick. RCMP are investigating the alleged attempted abduction of a 10-year-old girl. Police say the victim was approached by 3 men in an older model white van. One opened a sliding door and tried to convince the girl to get in, but she got away safely. The vehicle reportedly had Nova Scotia plates, with the last 2 digits believed to be 28. Suspects are described as white English-speaking men in dark-colored T-shirts. One had a skull tattoo on the inner part of his right forearm. Anyone with information is being urged to contact New Brunswick RCMP or Crime Stoppers. For many Canadians, a connection to Ireland could open the door for European citizenship, and interest appears to be growing. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness looked into what's driving the surge.
I'm very proud to be both Canadian and Irish as well.
A company called Irish by Descent helps people pursue their birthright citizenship. Last year, more than 2,000 Canadians filed applications. That's nearly a 50% jump.
Well, it's been remarkable, really, the increase in people seeking to become Irish citizens, and the foreign birth registration is the first step in towards citizenship. You get that, and then you can apply directly for an Irish passport.
And being a citizen of Ireland has benefits throughout the European Union.
If you can get a passport for Ireland, you have access to any of the European Union countries as basically a citizen of them as well.
Searches for citizenship information could continue to grow. 2027 will be the 180th anniversary of Irish immigration into Canada to escape the potato famine.
Next year's a big year, and they've created a big initiative to celebrate culture and festivals that promote Irish and Canadian culture.
Doherty sees the increase in birthright citizenship as a benefit to Ireland.
Well, Ireland gets huge economic gain from the diaspora, because not only do they come as tourists to Ireland, but they also come maybe to live in Ireland.
Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Jonathan, for that.
Yes.
My lineage is Irish. Shocking, I know. And I wish I had like the ability to get European citizenship.
That would be
right? That would be
amazing.
so cool.
Yeah, there's incredible ties between Ireland and Atlantic Canada.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, really
so
cool.
look into yours, because then you can become a European citizen.
So cool.
That'd be awesome.
All right, it's 7:39. Time to give away a prize. This is your last day to win, so if you haven't entered, this is your chance. CTV and Vintage Stove and Fireplace are teaming up to help you fire up your summer. One lucky viewer will win a Traeger Tailgater Pellet Grill, a $500 Coldstream Clear Distillery gift card, and 4 full package tickets to the Cape Breton Island Pro Rodeo at Sydney's Open Heart Park in September. what? A prize pack. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca or use that QR code. Enter now. Good luck to you. This truly is a wonderful prize.
I feel like all those things go so well together.
Yeah.
Exactly. Rodeo, barbecue, Old Stream. What's not to love?
That's not to love. Can't wait for that rodeo.
I know.
That sounds like a good time.
I think we should go live from there.
We may be able to. It is in Cape Breton, but we've got our ways.
Yeah. We got people. We know people.
We know people. Got some ties there.
All right. We also want to remind you about our Move Morning Chat question today because we want to know what your favorite summer drink is before we go over to Cape Breton because it is National Pina Colada Day. So text us at 10400 and, of course, click that Atlantic option if you have never texted us because we want to know. There's lots of great drinks out there.
Indeed. Always, Neptune's been crushing it lately. Every single show has a signature cocktail and mocktail.
Yes.
Curious to see what that will be this year, but
summer drinks.
The one for the Wizard of Oz, the mocktail I got was so delicious. I went and got the ingredients for it and made it over the Christmas holidays. I called it the Christmas Magic.
I like it.
Yeah, it was really, really
Putting
good.
a new spin on it.
Was it green or pink?
It was pink. It had like edible glitter in it. Oh yeah, I had to go find the edible glitter.
I'm all Elphaba all the time. Edible glitter. It's so pretty. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, if you wanted to hear more about the Christmas magic, DM me or text me.
There we go.
The recipe. Yeah.
In the meantime, though, we will take a quick break before we head to the stage and get a preview of Neptune Theater's production of Rent and find out the Seasons of Love coming up right after this.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:44 on your Friday. Currently looking at Masstown, 17 degrees to start your day. We are expecting a few showers to move in a little bit later this morning, something to keep in mind when you are heading out. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A bit muggy to start your day for the Maritime region. 20 degrees already in Halifax and Charlottetown, 18 starting off your day in Fredericton, 12 degrees right now in Labrador City, 17 in Gander with 14 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to the air quality warning that remains in effect for Western Labrador until tonight. We are seeing a reduction in some local air quality due to smoke from wildfires. Over to our forecast timeline. We are going to see a bit of a wet day ahead. Steady showers for New Brunswick, a risk of thunderstorms. We are also going to see precipitation move in for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. A risk of thunderstorms as well starting off your day. For Labrador, showers start to move in. It's only around a 60% chance of it happening. And then into the afternoon, increasing cloudiness for New Brunswick, Newfoundland rather. Going to see some sunshine, though, for parts of the province. And for the Maritime region, tapering off, steady showers to a chance of showers, clearing out for the southern region of the province, leaving a bit of sunshine. Into tonight, fog will redevelop after midnight. Shower activity will start to clear out into early Saturday morning. We will be seeing sunshine in the forecast for the weekend, but a low chance of showers will return for parts of the Maritimes. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters across Prince Edward Island. Heaviest for Nova Scotia being around 10 to 20 millimeters. Also seeing 10 to 20 millimeters for St. John, New Brunswick. For Labrador, looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters and 2 to 5 for Newfoundland. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 23 up to 26. Steadier showers early on in the morning, a risk of thunderstorms tapering off to isolated showers into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 19 degrees in Surrey up to 22 in Tignish. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected throughout your day today. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 19 degrees in Canso up to 24 in New Glasgow. Looking at a chance of scattered showers throughout your day, a risk of thunderstorms. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at a few showers early in the morning. That will clear out, though, leaving isolated showers expected into the afternoon for mainland Nova Scotia for the Tri-County area, seeing sunshine. And then for Labrador City, 14 degrees today with a chance of showers throughout your day, 18 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at a mix of sun and clouds, seeing showers arrive into the evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. Now we're going to head over to Neptune Theater.
525,600 minutes. Neptune is producing Rent this year, and one of the exciting things for me is that we're actually one of the only productions in the year. In fact, we're the only production in Canada for its 30th anniversary. So it originally hit Broadway in '96, and one of the most famous things about the show, one of the most tragic parts of the show, is that its creator, Jonathan Larson, died the week that it was opening on Broadway, so never got to see the show, this dream that he'd had actually come to fruition. So here we are 30 years later, and it's still a beloved production that folks love to come to, and our audiences are already embracing it, which is very exciting for us. I've been wanting to do Rent for a number of years, so to have it here right now in the 30th anniversary and to be that only Canadian production is spectacular for us. To have a production running through July and August is great for tourism, it's great for the downtown core of Halifax, it's great for Nova Scotia and Nova Scotians to come into an air-conditioned theatre and have a great couple of hours of entertainment, like high-class, quality, tried and tested theatre. I think you only have to look at the world we live in with the hatred, the violence, the unacceptance. When you come to see the show, you see that theatricalized, amplified. You see love and friendship and connection on stage.
You look familiar. Can you make it?
So I grew up in Cape Breton. The work I've done at Neptune has been really special. I was in Shakespeare in Love, I was in Alice, and I was Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror. And I really like the roles I get to play. I get to dig in deep and have some fun. Rent is one of my favorite shows of all time. It is so big and covers just so many beautiful stories. Specifically, I see it as a memorial to people who we've lost to the HIV/AIDS virus, and I see it as a celebration of their lives and their legacies, so it's pretty special to perform.
Watching the audiences this week as we go through previews has been mind-blowing to see their emotional response. Last night, they leapt to their feet at the end. It's such an engaging and energetic story. It's fast-paced. It's got so much guts to it that people are literally, smacked around the face with it. It's like in your face. And I think part of the benefit of seeing a show of this size, like Come From Away, like all the other big shows we do, is that you're in a smaller theater. It's a 450-seat theater. Rather than going to the wonderful New York or Toronto to see it, you're here, it's very intimate. So you feel like you're on stage with the actors. So then it has such an impact for you. The official opening night, it's previewing now, but the official opening night is Friday evening, and then it runs all the way through the summer. You can get tickets at neptunetheatre.com. You are coming to the theater and you're getting a full-scale, huge production. The set is magnificent. Everyone looks fantastic in their costumes. And we've brought together a cast that I think are perfectly cast for their roles. And they really honor the spirit and the joy that is Rent the Musical.
In health and medical news, ovarian cancer is often diagnosed because of other medical problems. One of the topics in your health. Researchers looked at 28,000 women in the UK who had ovarian cancer. Just over 11,000 of them were diagnosed within 28 days of an emergency hospital admission. Researchers also found that a small number of these cases were caught at an early stage.
Some of the early symptoms of ovarian cancer can be subtle, such as abdominal pain, bloating, pelvic discomfort, or changes in bowel habits, and this can mimic what you might feel from a lot of different medical conditions. So if people really wait until they have emergent symptoms, you can imagine that's a later stage of ovarian cancer.
Doctors say certain factors can cause delays in care, such as age, socioeconomic factors, and underlying medical conditions. They add that if you notice any of these subtle symptoms, it's better to be safe and seek medical care. Health officials say a wild rat recently found in Santa Fe County, New Mexico, tested positive for pestilence. That was confirmed after the rodent was submitted for testing to the New Mexico Department of Health. At least 4 other animal infections were reported in 2026, including 3 dogs in Santa Fe County. Plague symptoms for animals and humans include loss of appetite, swollen lymph nodes, and fever.
And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 50th anniversary for Dina and Sam Wareham of Glace Bay, Nova Scotia.
Wow, you guys look fantastic on your special day. Happy anniversary. And it's the 65th anniversary for Heather and Gordon Steves of Moncton out on the boat.
Aw, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, you two.
And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones tomorrow. It will be a 62nd anniversary for Howard and Winnie Jackson.
Congrats, you two. 62 years of marriage. That is something to celebrate.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary. And to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, you can visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. Now, summer is in full swing, which means Canadians are in vacation mode. But with that, it also comes the urge to post all about it on social media.
Yeah, CTV's Vanessa right now on why you may want to think twice before you post.
Nearly 70% of Canadians plan to head on vacation for at least a few days this summer, and almost half of those will likely make a risky mistake.
32% of those plan to share details online about their travel before or during their trips.
The numbers from Allstate Canada show 51% are between the ages of 18 and 34. And while many want to bring their followers along for the ride, it's a practice that can tip off potential thieves and leave your home at risk for break-ins.
A surprising amount, actually, 15% of respondents to the survey says that sharing on social media is more of a priority for them than the safety of their homes.
The warning comes as data from Allstate show property theft increasing over the summer, reaching a peak in August. And it's not just your home security at risk, but your own safety while abroad. Maritimers we spoke with say for those reasons, they try to avoid it.
No, I usually don't post anything on social media when it comes to travels. I'll post like photos of my trip afterwards, but never usually anything while I'm in a specific area.
I just usually don't. Not my kind of thing. Like most I post maybe is on my stories, especially travel plans. I usually just keep it within my friends or family or just any social circle.
I only ever post things like 2 weeks after, so I do like a photo dump, but I usually like try to stay off of social media when I'm traveling so I could like absorb my surroundings more.
And if you do plan on posting before or during your trip, there are ways to do it wisely.
First and foremost, just delay sharing the details about your vacation adventure online until you come back, of course. A lot of people will also post countdowns, for example. I know those are popular in the summertime. So they post a countdown of how many days until their next trip. I would probably avoid posting something like that.
Other tips include removing your geolocation from pictures, avoiding images of your street address or phone number, setting social media accounts to private, and reviewing your home insurance policy to ensure you're covered if a break-in or theft happens while you're gone.
And it's just like enjoy your travels, right? I mean, like social media can wait for you at any point, so.
The best tip to avoid a headache right after a much-needed break. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Now we're going to take a look at our weekend forecast. New Brunswick, 25 degrees today. Isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms clearing, leaving some sunshine into the afternoon. 26 degrees on Saturday. Sunshine to start your day with increasing cloudiness. Isolated showers return. And on Sunday, warming up to 28 with sunshine across the province. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees today. A few showers will clear for the southern region of the province, leaving a bit of sunshine. 26 on Saturday, looking at a mix of sun and cloud to start your day. A low chance of showers returns into the afternoon. Sunshine on Sunday with a high of 25. Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms. Isolated showers continue on Saturday. And Sunday, sunshine returns with a high of 23.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Friday, July 10th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, prices at the pumps. Maritimers will be shelling out more for gas and diesel as of today. We'll share who saw the biggest increase, your top news headlines, just ahead.
And it's Food Truck Friday. We'll head outside to check out this week's really good food. Today we've got the Atomic Dog Food Truck here. That's coming up this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Morning Atlantic, Canada, 801, 831 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. I liked that really good time.
A really good time. That was Jen.
That was Jen.
Our Director of the Week.
Director extraordinaire.
Indeed.
I love it. I love a good food truck.
Me too.
Growing up, I remember going to Blue Jays games. And on your walk to the Blue Jays stadium, I want to call it Sky Dome. I know it's something else, Rogers or whatever it is now.
It'll always be Sky Dome.
It'll always be Sky Dome.
Yeah, always.
And just like stopping at Mama's, because Mama had the best hot dogs en route.
I like a street dog.
Yes.
Street dog. Yeah, I love a street dog.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, anything sold in a cart or a truck. If there's a window that slides open and you ask for food and exchange money and it comes out, I'm there for that. Cones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like whenever you'd hear the ice cream truck coming.
Oh, yes.
I love it. So I thought that was like dead and gone. And then I lived with my sister and her family for a little bit. And in their neighborhood, an ice cream truck would always come out and literally the kids would swarm.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So great.
When you're an adult, it's the food truck.
Yes.
Yeah, they need a little dingle on the food truck. So that we,
Give me some French fries. If you are giving me French fries, I'm here for it.
Well, the great thing about a food truck is when it is a bit muggy and humid, you don't have to cook.
Yep.
Just go to the food truck, let them handle that.
Absolutely, definitely helps. 'Tis the season, right, this summer. Here's a live look at Boys Town. As of right now, a foggy, cloudy, and a bit of a wet start to the day. We are going to see steady shower activity continue for New Brunswick, at least for early this morning. 18 degrees to start your day in Fredericton, 20 right now in Charlottetown and Halifax, 18 in Sydney, and 14 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Still seeing that air quality warning in effect until tonight for Western Labrador. Here's a look at that low pressure system making its way over across the Maritimes. We are going to see a risk of thunderstorms early this morning, tapering off to a chance of showers into the afternoon. Newfoundland and Labrador going to deal with some wet weather as well. And in terms of our wind forecast, it's going to remain quite light for much of the Maritime region. As of right now, though, 28 kilometers per hour in Yarmouth, 17 into North Cape, 13 in Charlottetown, with 11 in Halifax, Moncton, and Miramichi. Only one wind gust to notify you of, getting up to 41 right now in Yarmouth. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. Gas prices across the Maritimes have increased this morning, and drivers will now be paying more at the pumps. The biggest increase in Nova Scotia's Zone 1. Gas increased by 6.4 cents. The minimum price now $1.83.1 a liter. Meantime, the price of diesel jumped 9.1 cents. The new minimum price is 2.04 cents a liter. In New Brunswick, gas increased by 3.2 cents. The maximum price now $1.83.1, and diesel increased by 3.3 cents. The maximum price now at 209.7 a liter. In Prince Edward Island, gas increased by 4.6 cents. The minimum price now $1.87.3 a liter, and diesel increased by 5.8 cents. The new minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. It's been over a week since New Brunswick's virtual healthcare service launched, and some are reporting problems already. That includes hour-long waits to one appointment that never actually happened. CTV's Anna Mandan explains.
For months, Health Minister John Dornan promised a seamless transition from eVisit NB to Found Ever's virtual care NB service. But over a weekend, some are struggling with the new provider.
I waited 4 hours to get somebody, and I still didn't get anybody.
Moncton resident Samantha Melanson used the service last Friday looking for a puffer for a cold. Appointments can be accessed either through the online symptom checker or by calling 811. But she says it took a few different tries on the symptom checker before she was given an appointment.
They're not making it user-friendly, where Maple was user-friendly.
Maple was the app eVisit operated through previously. Melanson says she waited an hour after the appointment was set to begin before logging off. 15 minutes later, she received a message that the doctor was ready, but when she logged back on 1 minute later, she says no one was there. She waited on the site 3 more hours.
And then I was like, I give up. I'm just going to call my family doctor and see if I can get anywhere.
She's not alone. One woman who wasn't comfortable speaking on camera told CTV she waited on the phone for 2 hours and was disconnected twice when she tried again on Thursday. Others have taken to Facebook to raise similar concerns. Neither Premier Susan Holt nor Health Minister John Dornan were made available for interviews with CTV News. Anna Mandan, CTV News, Fredericton.
A very unsettling story from the Lake George area of New Brunswick. RCMP are investigating the alleged attempted abduction of a 10-year-old girl. Police say the victim was approached by 3 men in an older model white van. One opened a sliding door and tried to convince the girl to get in, but she got away safely. The vehicle reportedly had Nova Scotian plates, with the last 2 digits believed to be 28. Suspects are described as white English-speaking men in dark-colored T-shirts. One had a skull tattoo on the inner part of his right forearm. Anyone with information is being urged to contact New Brunswick RCMP or Crime Stoppers. A sizable police presence in the couple of Dartmouth neighborhoods Thursday evening. HRP asked people to avoid the area around Green Village Lane as officers conducted what was called an ongoing investigation. While providing no details on what or who they were looking for, the force acknowledged a large police presence in the area. No details released on another apparent police operation in the Alborough Lake area Thursday evening, but witnesses and passersby reported another large police presence, including some specialized heavy equipment. And an apparent water rescue on George's Island was sparking some interest on the Halifax waterfront last night. Online reports say the call came in just after 8 p.m. of 3 kayakers stuck near the island. Fireboat 1 and the Joint Rescue Coordination Center were among those responding to a warm and calm night in the city. A last-ditch effort seems to be underway to save libraries in a number of communities in the Annapolis Valley. News of multiple closures following budget restraint sparked protest earlier this year. Shutdowns of 5 locations are scheduled for July 20th, but a public meeting has now been scheduled for Monday. Finally, financial problems at a Halifax university will mean fewer faculty and staff working in the year ahead. The University of King's College is the latest maritime post-secondary to announce the cuts. The institution, known for its foundation and journalism programs, needs to shrink its payroll by at least 14 positions. Its hope is to get there through early retirement and buyouts. If not, there will be layoffs.
Yeah, it could be involuntary layoffs. Yeah, that could be a possibility. We're really hoping it doesn't come to that, but that could be something that happens.
Curry says the school is slashing department budgets by 5% and has imposed a hiring freeze for the next 2 years.
Thank you for that look at news, Brian.
You are welcome.
All right, well, this is kind of a fun story that proves that any dream can come true. Late night host John Oliver has lived out his soap opera dream.
Someone is demanding to see you.
Demanding? How exciting.
After pitching himself last week tonight, he was cast for guest roles in both Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. So on General Hospital, he got to play a mysterious spy known only as Z. And one of the conditions was he got to be slapped in the face, which I don't even follow John Oliver. I just thought this was so funny that he put the pitch out, then he got actually cast. So look how serious she looks. Like, she looks like a soap opera, but he doesn't.
It looks like he's doing a comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he just doesn't fit into the soap opera genre, but it's so funny.
I love it so much.
Like, she's so good. Like, she's really acting, you know?
I want to be on a soap opera.
Right?
That's awesome.
I'm also going to put that call out there.
Right?
Put me on a soap opera. Can I be the one slapping?
I think so. I think so. So just, yeah, like, just put it out there sometimes and you just never know what's going to happen.
It's so funny.
Oh, so good. I love it so much. Time now, though, for a break while we try and get ourselves on a soap opera.
Exactly.
But Latavia will have another full look at... See?
Careful.
I can do it.
It's scary.
We'll get another look at our full forecast for the weekend and, of course, national and international headlines. But here is a look at Cape Breton this morning. Calm start. No slapping there.
Nice car. Good
morning. Welcome back. The time now is 8:13. Taking a live look at a foggy, cloudy start to the day in Bedeque. Expecting a few showers early this morning with a risk of thunderstorms. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out early this morning. 18 degrees, though, in your area. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. It's feeling quite muggy for the Maritime region to start your day. 21 degrees already in Halifax, 19 in Charlottetown, 18 degrees currently in Fredericton, as well as into Happy Valley Goose Bay, 19 right now in Gander. We do still have an air quality warning in effect for Western Labrador until tonight, seeing that reduction in local air quality due to smoke from wildfires. Over to our forecast timeline. Some steadier shower activity for New Brunswick to start your day, a risk of thunderstorms. Also going to see precipitation move in for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. For Newfoundland and Labrador, it is going to be a bit of sunshine early in the morning to start, but we start to see showers move in for much of Labrador, around a 60% chance of it happening into the afternoon. Into this evening, shower activity will make its way over to parts of Newfoundland. And then for tonight, a cooler lows, and then we're going to see fog redevelop after midnight. Showers clear out, leaving sunshine into early Saturday morning. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, the heaviest for New Brunswick will be 10 to 20 millimeters into St. John, 5 to 10 across Prince Edward Island, heaviest for Nova Scotia also being around 10 to 20 millimeters. For Labrador, 2 to 10 millimeters expected, and an additional 2 to 5 expected for parts of Newfoundland. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 23 degrees in St. John up to 27 in Fredericton. Some steadier showers early in the morning with a risk of thunderstorms tapering off to isolated showers into the afternoon. And then for Prince Edward Island, looking at a few showers, a risk of thunderstorms, highs between 19 degrees in Surrey up to 22 in Tignish. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms throughout your day today. Highs ranging from 19 degrees in Canso up to 24 in New Glasgow. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, looking at a few showers expected to move in later this morning, a risk of thunderstorms. We will be seeing a low chance of showers into the afternoon for mainland Nova Scotia, and then for the Tri-County area, seeing sunshine late this afternoon. And then for Labrador City, 14 degrees today with scattered showers on and off throughout the day. 22 for St. John's, Newfoundland, seeing sunshine throughout your day, but we will be seeing some evening showers move in. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Brianne.
A parasite often linked to certain fruits and vegetables has led to an explosive outbreak in several U.S. states. The contamination cannot be washed off produce by customers, but so far, public health says the bug has not come to Canada. CTV's Adrian Gabriel takes a little closer look.
From lettuce to berries, some of these healthy staples found in Canadian kitchens are believed to be carrying a problematic parasite in the United States, where more than 1,000 people have fallen ill and dozens sent to hospital.
This is a parasite that's often transmitted through human feces.
It's called Cyclospora. The microscopic bug can't be seen by the human eye. In some cases, the parasite can be found in lettuce, cilantro, basil, green onions, raspberries, and snow peas, just to name a few. Contaminated water used on crops has previously been linked to Cyclospora. Unlike typical food poisoning, cyclosporiasis symptoms can lead to prolonged stomach issues, relapses, and an illness can also last a month or even longer.
The symptoms include watery diarrhea and explosive diarrhea.
As of this week, Ohio had 177 confirmed cases. Just across state lines, Michigan is reporting more than 1,200 cases. Michigan typically records just about 50 cases a year. The Center for Disease Control says it's monitoring roughly 150 additional patients across 17 U.S. states. The specific source of the outbreak has yet to be identified. An email to CTV News states the Public Health Agency of Canada is not currently investigating any Cyclospora outbreaks in the country. Though with imported fruits and produce regularly crossing the border, the country could face a similar outbreak.
It becomes a race to try and find the actual source of contaminated food.
An additional challenge: once the parasite has latched on to a fruit or vegetable, it can't simply be washed away.
While there's no current outbreak here in Canada, summer travel season is in full swing, and doctors are warning those heading south of the border to try and avoid eating fruits and vegetables from South and Central America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, and Africa. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
And if you've bought beef within the last decade or so, you may soon be eligible for a payment. Proposed settlements have been reached in a class action lawsuit. Multiple beef companies are alleged to have taken part in an unlawful conspiracy regarding the supply and/or price of beef sold in Canada. The class action is asking for extra money the companies received to be returned. Details on the payout to each customer to be determined, but JBS has agreed to pay more than $7 million and National Beef about $500,000. Time now for a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic, but stick with us because we've got some tasty eats coming up.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. The sun is out just in time for Food Truck Friday, thanks to our partners at the Nova Scotia Food Truck Association. Today, we welcome back the Atomic Dog Food Truck Rolling Food Cafe. I'm so excited to have you here, Marcus. Atomic Dog is great. Tell us about exactly what you offer to the world.
We specialize in burgers. All our sauces are homemade. Everything's fresh, local. We put a unique twist on everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I love the Atomic Dog. I don't know how you and Stephanie do it. Stephanie, give a wave for the crowd there. Stephanie's working hard, and she's making some tasty treats for us to try in a second. You're everywhere. You're everywhere. Where can we find you this summer?
You know, this summer it's a lot of festivals. We're actually doing a lot of private events. We've kind of shrunk. Like, we used to do a lot more. We'd be at breweries, that kind of thing. Yeah. We just find this year with the festivals and the private events, it just keeps shrinking. So we'll be at a festival and people are like, where are you? And we're like, well, we'll see you in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's a busy summer.
We'll put it on our social media, your social, so people can follow you. Also, if you go to the Food Truck Association website, you can just click on Atomic Dog and get the details. Last year I saw you at the Jazz Fest, had a delicious dog. What have you brought for us today?
I'll grab them right now. So we'll start off. This is a new one. This is the Ruprecht, aka Oklahoma. So this is our take on a classic Oklahoma smash patty.
Okay.
So it's onions upon onions upon onions, a little cheese, a little ketchup, a little pickle.
It's gorgeous. I've never heard of an Oklahoma smash patty. Is that an onion forward thing? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, what you do is you put the patty, onions, and then more onions, and you smash the onions in, and then you flip, they steam, they cook, so you get a little char, a little steam, so.
Well, you and Stephanie both do a great job of making the feast as nice for the eyes as it is for the stomach. I'm going to just give a little taste to it. Is that okay?
All right.
All right, let's do it. Here, you hold that. I'll give this. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at the onions, the pickles. Oh my gosh. Delicious. Like, seriously? Wow. That's a burger, man. Okay. So I can finish that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Okay. Right. Marcus, what's next?
So this guy here.
Oh, that's delicious.
This is mainly for our festivals. So we have our hand-cut fries, we have our house-made gravy, cheese curds, a little mozza for the stretch, then our house-made mac and cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Our buttermilk brine chicken, then our own sriracha mayo and a little garlic aioli.
What's this called?
That's the dog bowl.
That is the dog's breakfast. That is incredible. Okay, I'll try that. Maybe we're running out of time. Maybe grab the last thing there, Marcus.
So this is our burger. This is like the Atomic Burger.
The classic.
That's the classic one right there, yeah.
Okay. Well, seriously, that onion, what is this called again? The Oklahoma Smash Burger?
Yep.
Okay, I won't be ordering that. The Ruprecht, I'll be ordering that, but I want to try the dog bowl and this really fast. Can you hold the mic for me?
Most definitely.
Okay, so this is buttermilk chicken with macaroni and everything else?
Macaroni, curds.
Look at that.
Gravy.
Carl's getting in there. Carl, just don't drool on the food, my God. That's good. Oh, please. Stephanie's going to get a napkin because I'm really making a fool of myself. Oh, that's good. Wow, that's good. And then, of course, the Atomic Burger. I've had this one before, but you know what? Let's see if your standards are still as high as they used to be, Marcus.
Give it a whirl.
Oh, yeah.
All good?
10 out of 10. Seriously. Okay, where can we find you next? Because
so next we are at Kite Fest this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be there all weekend.
So that's at the Garrison Grounds. It's very easy to find. Oh my gosh, seriously? This is delicious. Like, I'm losing my mind. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Crystal. All right, Latavia, you got to get it here. I took a little bite. We'll cut away from my nibble mark so you can try it. This is truly incredible.
All right, taking a look at our 3-day forecast. 25 degrees. We do have a few showers to start your day. A risk of thunderstorms expected to transition over to isolated showers. On Saturday, 26, sunny skies to start your day. Isolated showers return into the afternoon. And a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday. For Nova Scotia, 24 degrees. Showers will clear for the southern region of the province, leaving a bit of sunshine. For Saturday, 26, a mix of sun and cloud. Isolated showers return. And then on Sunday, sunny skies with a high of 25. Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today, showers and a risk of thunderstorms. 23 on Saturday with isolated showers, sunny skies on Sunday with a high of 23.
Coming up this half hour, we're flying high. The Atlantic Kite Festival is happening this weekend, and it's always fun for the whole family. We'll get all those high-soaring details coming up.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:30. Looks like Crystal had a great time out there.
Oh, the Oklahoma Smash Burger. Who knew? Like, everything that I tasted was truly delicious, and I'm so excited that they're going to be at the Kite Festival
nice.
this weekend, because we're actually going to be talking about the Kite Festival in a second. I wanted to mention, too, that the beef, you could really taste the quality of the beef. It's from Vessel Meats, which is local. And I wanted to mention as well that all of the meat for the Traeger segment we did earlier this week, you had the brisket and the pulled pork, also from Vessel Meats.
Oh, and that was delicious.
It was, yeah.
We talked earlier about acting on a soap opera. Crystal was not acting.
Oh my gosh,
there
no.
when she was eating. You could tell.
It was
the glory.
The glory. I lost all composure.
Flavor in every bite. You're like wow.
I've been really on a health kick lately. I haven't been eating a lot of tasty food, I guess. It was oh my gosh, here.
Look
at
bring
it in, Carl. You can treat for
Thank
yourself,
you so
Marcus.
much.
Yeah, bring it in.
We are excited.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is
my gosh.
So the Atomic Burger.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my goodness,
That's
my very own burger. Thank
the
you.
Oklahoma. Yeah, we have to share, but there's a lot of food here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well,
yum.
We'll show you what weather's looking like, but while we continue to smell the great smell.
Yeah, this is like fries with macaroni on it, chicken. Like, it's still hot too.
It works.
Anyway, we got to get to weather, but soon you'll be able to eat this all up.
All right, as you can see over in Port de Grave, sunny skies today. 15 degrees to start your day. So temperatures actually quite warm as temperatures continue to climb into the afternoon. 19 degrees in Gander, 21 already in Halifax, 19 in Charlottetown, 17 degrees in Fredericton, with 18 starting off your day in Happy Valley Goose Bay. An air quality warning currently issued for Western Labrador until tonight. We do have a few showers, a risk of thunderstorms making its way across the Maritime region today. Newfoundland, Labrador also seeing a chance of showers. And for our wind forecast, it is going to remain quite light for much of the Maritime region. As of right now, 22 kilometers per hour in Yarmouth, with 13 in Moncton and Fredericton, 11 in North Cape. One wind gust to notify you of getting up to 41 in Yarmouth. We'll take a look at your forecast one more time coming up, but first a look at your local news with Brianne.
Thank you, Latavia. And unfortunate news for travelers this weekend. Gas prices across the Maritimes have increased this morning, and drivers will be paying more at the pumps. In Nova Scotia's Zone 1, gas increased by 6.14 cents. The minimum price now $1.83.1 a liter. Meantime, the price of diesel jumped 9.1 cents. The new minimum price is 2.04 cents a liter. In New Brunswick, gas increased by 3.2 cents. The maximum price now $1.83.1, and diesel increased by 3.3 cents. The maximum price now at 209.7 a liter. In Prince Edward Island, gas increased by 4.6 cents. The minimum price now $1.87.3 a liter, and diesel increased by 5.8 cents. The new minimum price now $2.18.4 a liter. People who live near the road where the two paramedics and patient were killed this week say they've expressed concerns about it. The 3 were killed in an ambulance during a collision with a transport truck Tuesday morning. CTV's Derek Haggett has more.
Flowers lie next to a scorched patch of highway where 3 people were killed earlier this week. 2 PEI paramedics and their patient died after an ambulance collided with a transport truck in the community of Melrose Tuesday morning. People in nearby Port Elgin are still feeling the pain.
I think everybody is still trying to process everything that's gone on. It can't help. You can't help but be impacted by what happened.
The mayor of Strait Shores calls Route 16 scary, and she would like to see the province step in and step up to make improvements.
It is a terrible road. It needs more police presence. I think we need to ensure that people feel that they're safe on that road.
This distillery is just a few kilometers from where the crash took place.
I mean, anytime somebody gets killed on the highway is a tragedy for anybody. But this particular piece of road has a lot of accidents.
So, yeah, as far as if the highway's safe or not, I believe it is safe. It's highly congested during the tourist season, and there's a lot of traffic here.
Port Elgin's fire chief politely declined an interview today, saying the cause of the crash is under investigation by the RCMP. He did, however, say how proud he was of the men and women of his department who responded to Tuesday's crash in what was an incredibly difficult situation.
I hold them all in my thoughts and prayers because they have to navigate everything that they've seen and went through this week.
Over 100 paramedics in New Brunswick have agreed to volunteer, if required, to fill in for their island counterparts who are coping with the devastating loss of their colleagues. Derek Haggett, CTV News, near Port Elgin, New Brunswick.
The Nova Scotia-based IWK Hospital Foundation is expressing its sorrow over the death of paramedic Mike McKenzie in the accident. In a statement released Thursday, the foundation said Mike was one of our incredibly dedicated volunteers from Prince Edward Island. Although officially retiring from the role in 2020, his commitment to the IWK and maritime patients and families remained steadfast. Mike was a bright light in this world. He was kind, he was funny, he was always cheerful, always positive, and ever passionate about improving healthcare for children in his community. Our thoughts are with Mike's family and the families of the other individuals involved and the PEI first responder community as they navigate this tragic and heartbreaking loss. A sizable police presence in a couple of Dartmouth neighborhoods Thursday evening. HRP asked people to avoid the area around Green Village Lane as officers conducted what was called an ongoing investigation. While providing no details on what or who they were looking for, the force acknowledged a large police presence in the area. No details released on another apparent police operation in the Alborough Lake Road area Thursday evening, but witnesses and passersby reported another large police presence, including some specialized heavy equipment. And an apparent water rescue on George's Island was sparking some interest on the Halifax waterfront last night. Online reports say the call came in just after 8 p.m. of 3 kayakers stuck near the island. Fireboat 1 and the Joint Rescue Coordination Center were among those responding on a warm and calm night in the city. Some good news from the labor front in New Brunswick. There were 5 fewer workplace-related deaths in the province last year. New data shows there were 9 workplace-related deaths in New Brunswick last year, down from 14 in 2024, and the second lowest in the country. Still, officials say it's too many.
Creating that health and safety culture where coming to work and doing things safely just becomes part of the fabric of the workplace. And that's when I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
The report also revealed traumatic psychology injury claims were down 26% year over year.
That's our last look at news, Brianne. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Next week, it's Amanda.
That's right. Yeah, she'll be back. Okay, we'll get to try. During your time doing the news, I cut away where I nibbled and I cut the burgers up. There was a small section 8. Wow, so good. Atomic Dog. You must follow them to Kite Festival this weekend. And if you happen to be in St. Paul, Minnesota.
What a segue.
Oh, you're going to love this. You can join in on some good, clean fun on a giant slip and slide.
The fun activity, we use a little dish soap so everyone slides a little bit better.
I put soap all over my body and I went even faster.
So they're the kids. That was the St. Paul police chief herself greasing up the children. This is just so wonderful that they have this. They set this up every summer. It's something the forest does to build the community. We need this at work too.
Yeah.
Anyway, love this idea. They said literally it's just the tarps. And then this year, that kind of water spraying system, that's new this year, but before they just spray a hose on it. And
nice. That looks like
fun. Then the dish soap. Yeah,
I love it.
Exactly.
I love to slip and slide.
Me
back
too.
In the day.
And they got that slight hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any slip and slides in our area this?
We have splash effects.
Okay.
There we go.
At least.
There we go.
There we go.
And when Maritimers hit the road this summer, their first stop should be Needs Fast Fuel to help fuel your adventures. Acadie Love Pride festivities are underway in Caracat. From now until July 12th, come out and celebrate community, inclusion, and gender diversity. For a full breakdown of activities, head over to their website. And you can come out and watch the FIFA World Cup quarterfinals in Charlottetown. July 10th and 11th, there will be a viewing party being held at the Founders Food Hall. To learn more and get the times, head over to their website. And the 60th anniversary 9 Mile River Jamboree takes place this weekend. You can come out and have a blast at the Country Jamboree Sunday, July 12th at 2 p.m. at the 9 Mile River Community Center. For additional information, head over to their Facebook page.
Explore the Maritimes this summer. Brought to you by Needs and Fast Fuel. There for all your on-the-go snacking needs.
And CTV, in partnership with Needs Convenience and Fast Fuel, wants to help you fuel up for fun. With more than 140 stores and gas bars throughout Atlantic Canada, Needs is your headquarters for coffee, slushies, snacks, meals on the move, car washes, and fuel. One lucky viewer will win a $200 gift card to be used at any Needs or Fast Fuel location. Adventure awaits, so don't miss out on your chance to fuel up for fun. To enter, head over to ctvatlantic.ca. Good luck.
There you have it.
Lots going on.
Lots going on. Always a good time. In fact, it is time for us to eat. So we're going to take a break.
You must try.
And then after, we are going to get an update on this year's Atlantic Kite Festival.
Yay.
So stay with us where Atomic Dog will be.
Cloudy start to the day in Halifax. Welcome back. The time now is 8:43. Currently 21 degrees in your area, so a muggy start to the day. Temperatures already beginning to rise. We are going to feel that mugginess stick around into our afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 19 degrees starting off your day in Sydney and Charlottetown, 17 currently in Fredericton, 11 degrees early this morning in Labrador City, and 15 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are holding on to that air quality warning in effect until tonight for Western Labrador. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. We are seeing some steadier shower activity starting off your day for New Brunswick. A risk of thunderstorms. Also going to see precipitation track across Prince Edward Island and parts of Nova Scotia. Going to be low and spotty in its activity, though, into the afternoon. For Labrador, a chance of scattered showers expected throughout the day today for much of the province. And then into tonight, we are going to see cooler lows for tonight. Fog will redevelop after midnight, and we are going to see precipitation start to clear out for the Maritime region, move over to Newfoundland, but also going to see sunshine in the forecast for Saturday before a low chance of showers returns. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, looking at around 5 to 10 millimeters across Prince Edward Island, 10 to 20 for St. John, New Brunswick, and parts of Nova Scotia. Now for Labrador, looking at around 2 to 10 millimeters and 2 to 5 for Newfoundland. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 23 to 27, being the warmest into Fredericton. A few showers, a risk of thunderstorms to start your day. That will taper off to a chance of showers into the afternoon. Prince Edward Island also seeing a few showers today, a risk of thunderstorms. Highs will range from 19 degrees in Surrey up to 22 in Tignish. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a chance of scattered showers, a risk of thunderstorms throughout your day with highs between 19 degrees in Canso up to 24 in New Glasgow. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. we are expecting a few showers to move in, a risk of thunderstorms from mainland Nova Scotia into the afternoon, tapering off to a chance of isolated showers for the southern region of the province, expecting sunshine into the late afternoon. Daytime highs between 22 degrees in Yarmouth up to 26 in Shelburne. For Labrador City, looking at 14 degrees with a chance of showers throughout your day, 22 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to sunshine throughout the day today, but into the evening, we are going to see some showers move in, Crystal.
Right, well, that weather forecast plays into our next interview. It's now 8:45, and a sign that summer is here is when the Atlantic Kite Festival returns. The annual tradition will be taking over the skies over Garrison Grounds on Citadel Hill, July 11th and 12th, so that's tomorrow and Sunday. Joining us now with the details from the Atlantic Kite Festival is Nick, one of the organizers. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So you're one of the originators of this festival, which is it now in its 9th year?
Yeah, this is 9th year, and we will have a 10th year anniversary next year.
How exciting. Well, we're so happy you had the idea to begin this festival, but what motivated you to want to get it going in the first place, Nick?
Yeah, so we were traveling, 9 years ago in the different part of the Atlantic Canada, and I was like, there were some kites that we were seeing in the air, and we was like, there's nothing going on something like this in Halifax. Yeah. Then we looked a little bit of a history. There used to be a festival back in like 80s, 90s. And then we were like, why don't we just start doing some kite activities in Halifax and around areas? And then we gathered a team. We started the first festival. It was not that of luck because it was rainy. Yeah. So we kept going. After 3-4 years, we had people noticing, and then we started inviting different kite flyers and, kind of the festival kickoff. Yeah.
Well, we're seeing some images now of the festival. Very interesting kites, large kites, unique kites. It must be quite a challenge to find the kites to display at this event.
Yeah, so I mean, our kite festival only happens for 2 days, but our work is technically for the whole year. Yeah. So every time, our team members, they keep looking for the different kite festivals that happens across the world. We look for different type of kites, and we like to bring them here. So usually, sometimes we approach the kite flyers. Those are professional kite flyers. We ask them to kind of lend their kite. Sometimes we purchase from them, and then we kind of bring it here at our festival. Yeah?
Like this one here, for example, this is like a big special kite. This would be something that would have to be operated by a professional, not a public member. The cool thing is, though, is as you can see, anybody can fly a kite at this event, right?
Yep. Anybody can fly a kite. We have a different sizes and we have a different styles. Even a 2-year-old can fly a kite as well, because we have the smallest kites possible. And we have even volunteers who help somebody who doesn't know how to fly a kite. They can be there. They can help them to put their kite up in the air.
That's fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about some of the big kites. We're going to just slip back here. This is the kind of kite that maybe a person would be able to fly on site. Like maybe I'd be able to fly this kite.
That's right. Yeah. So those are the kites that usually, like, the toddlers, or I would say the kids, can fly it. Then some of these kites, they would need a little bit of expertise here, because those are a little bit bigger in the size. We still call it a small kite, because that still can be assembled.
But you can see the air goes through there. It's so cool. Yeah. I mean, what I love about the festival, it's just pure joy. You look up and it's pure joy.
Yeah, it's pure joy. Yeah, so I mean, if you don't want to even fly a kite, just come there, because we have a different other activities going on as well. Like,
do tell.
Yeah, we have a face painting. It's free. We have a balloon artist as well. We have a bouncing castles. We have more than 30 different food vendors. We try to bring a variety over there as well. And we have even a kite workshop. So if you want to build your own kite, we have a kite workshops. That's free as well. So it's a lot going on for different ages as well. So
it's wonderful. And admission is free, right?
Admission is free. Yeah, admission is free.
Show up at the Garrison Grounds and you can have fun, and you can purchase. Can you buy kites on site if you want?
Yep, you can buy at the site as well. You can bring your own kite. We have more than about 60-70 different types of kites. Different creatures. Like this one is a rainbow. Then is an eagle, the fighter. We have about 4 different types of planes as well, and then different animals. So you can purchase a kite from us, and you can bring your own.
All right. Well, it's usually a little bit breezy in the Maritimes, which makes it perfect for the festival. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nick.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
And we'll put all the details on our website so that you can find out more. But the best thing to do is just show up at the Garrison Grounds and be prepared to be amazed. It's 8:50. We'll be back to wrap up the show after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax.
Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. It is 8:53. It's been a fun day on the show, but it's also National Pina Colada Day.
That it is.
So we are asking you, our viewers, what is your favorite summertime drink on this National Pina Colada Day? And we got a couple answers here. So first off, we have a message from Candace from Cape Breton. Says, my favorite summer drink is the lemon squeezy, which is delicious.
A cider from
Island Folk. Yeah. So closely followed by mimosas.
Island Folk. Writing it down, Candace, because we are basically the same person, so I will probably like that too.
There you go. Denise says, Crystal, you can get a virgin drink at a new spot, and it's called Soberish. I can't wait to get fancy and have a mocktail margarita.
Sounds great. I'll join you. That sounds wonderful.
I love it. Yes, that's actually on Agricola's.
Oh, okay, so it's within walking distance of the station.
Exactly.
So you could pick me up at the station. We'll walk down together.
Yeah, love it. Perfect. Chris from Dartmouth says, my favorite summertime drink is an ice cold Gatorade Zero or a couple of Bud Light beers.
All right. All on the Gatorade.
Yeah.
That's a we were thinking of more of like a social drinks, but
anything.
Gatorade's delicious.
Yeah, get those electrolytes in you.
Yeah.
LJ from Middleton says, anything ice cold, super valid.
Fair.
Honestly,
Good call.
That is so on point.
And even better, bonus points if you have the glasses chilled and then you put it in a glass. Yeah.
Love a frosty glass. Heather from Lower Sackville says, my go-to summer drink is an ice cap made with chocolate milk. I'm right there with you.
Wow.
That sounds delicious.
Decadent.
Always. I always do it made with chocolate milk. It just tastes better.
It's so fun. I didn't even know that we're going to have like a patio drink themed Move Morning Chat when I pulled this yesterday. If you're an Atlantic Canadian, you can relate to this one-act play called Patio Optimism.
I don't like the look of these clouds. Should we take it inside?
It's not going to rain.
Yeah, that's thunder.
That's probably a car.
Oh, the wind's picking up. Is there a tornado?
No, someone open the door hard. Where is our...
Are you sure it's not going to rain?
Blowing right by us.
No, it's melting me.
I love the patio.
I think we should go in. I think it's a real storm.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we can all relate to this because we just want to have patio weather so badly. And just sometimes, especially like kind of at the edge of the seasons, it's not really patio weather, but we're going to make it patio weather.
You know what?
Exactly.
Absolutely. Like those early days in spring when you're just like, I'm actually just going to sit on the patio and it's going to be fine and you're not freezing. And you're like, no, it's great. I love it.
It's great.
Such a good time.
Oh, it's just a few sprinkles from the sky. Meanwhile, like it's just getting, you're drenched. But then you're wet, so you might as well just stay out.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I don't mind like a warm rain, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I love a warm
Yeah, that's not bad.
So, at the end of the day, patio it up.
Totally. Even sometimes we've been outside, we've got everything all out. Like I'll just roll up that umbrella and put it over the table. Does a pretty good job of keeping you dry. Just moving closer to the table.
Even if it's a sun umbrella.
Just sitting on the table.
We're all on the table, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Huddled underneath.
Indeed. Thanks, Brienne, for a great week.
Thank you both for having me.
Thanks, Octavia, for a great life.
Oh, you too,
Thank you. It's time to wrap up our show for the week, but we'll see you Monday morning. Have a wonderful weekend.